race fans, welcome to Big Brain Racing Community Racing League Round 2. We're at Brands Hatch tonight. I am one of your hosts, Matt, aka Neotropolis, and I am joined by...
Glory, aka Cozza.
And we're in for some good racing tonight by the looks of it. Switch to the right seat.
Yes, so today it looks to be a nice, dry, sunny time in England for a change. So, with, I believe, 41 cars on track this evening, Matt.
Yeah, good number have turned out again this week, so should be in for some good racing again. Hopefully we can avoid some of the issues we had last week. Seems like we had them all fixed. We had an event yesterday, what was that called? Spin Around Spain, and yeah, it seemed like everything's fixed, so fingers crossed the big grid tonight will still hold up.
Yeah, definitely. We've managed to get the timing sorted, and we finally got the stream fixed again. Woo! All it took was just a reinstall of the program, and it fixes everything. If we only knew that to begin with.
We tried turning it off and on again.
Yeah.
So we are at the end of free practice here, about to start qualifying. Looks like we've got car within car there, a bit of carception.
Yeah, the pit size of this track officially is about 26 to 30, I think. So the game just kind of doubles up the spots. So you will get a lot of people pitting in the same pit box, which might get a bit janky for them, but unfortunately, that's just a game for you. It's a relatively small track, so nice quick lap times coming out from people this evening. So should be very interesting to see what we're going to have happen on this track tonight. Not very many open spots for people to be able to get an EV overtaking. So
yeah, overtaking can be quite difficult around here. Looks like we've got our race winner from last week and current championship leader Joris Chilenko leading them out the pits. So he's got some nice clean track. Quite a small track this one as well. So for the 41 cars that we've got here tonight, it's going to be difficult to get a lap in qualifying. Only 15 minutes as well. So if you don't manage to find some clean air, it can be quite difficult to get a representative lap time in.
yeah, I mean, I was tempted to speak to you about extending it for tonight, but at the end of the day, you know, we keep on repeating it's a small track with the amount of carnage that I can predict end up happening. You know, I mean, Jelenko here is like already, yeah, it's already 2/3 the way around the track, and there's still people just trailing out of the pits. So it's going to be a very interesting qualifying session here. And especially an interesting race. It is only 60 minutes tonight, so not too a long one, but I'd say going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting. So Zelenko now coming up Brabham Straight, if I'll pronounce that right, coming to Paddock Hill Bend on his first flying lap. Very easy to out of track limits there, heading through Druids. Nice tight hairpin. You can get on the power nice and early. You can really use the length of the track there. It's straight again through Surtees. Oh no, I do apologize. This is Surtees. My map is completely different orientate to what this is on the screen. Heading through Pilgrim's Drop. Looks like the cars are bunching up there towards the start-finish straight, so people are hoping to get a bit of distance between each other.
Yeah, this is it's going to be interesting.
Looks like we do have a car sat on the side of the track. Oh, they are moving again. So Angelenko's coming down clearways now. Heading up Brambham Straight. Let's see what first time we get on the board here. Looks like he comes in with a very respectable 1:23.5.
Yeah, decent
So
time there.
setting the
We did see him
benchmark
there
here.
in practice with the 23-0 though, so I think there's still a bit to come from Jelenko as Damian Konchik drops into second place behind him, just under 2/10 back, and we've got a few more times to come in. We'll kind of try and keep up with everyone as they come. So we've got Di Catania, just about 1.1 seconds back, along with Kala Giannidis, something like that, and then Ryan O'Sullivan. We've got Varango's just jumped into second. Varagnolo's just jumped up into second place. Admonson in third, and Darren Young just jumped up into fifth place there as well. So. So it looks like Jelenko is about 2.5 tenths up on his previous lap time this time around, as he's coming round Clark Curve and onto the Brabham Straight here. Let's see what sort of time this is. So 23.2 there, so decent improvement there. Does look like there's others improving though.
You'll have to take over the stream a minute, dude.
No worries. Apologies for this, bear with. So on board with Craig Townsend here, as he heads down into the first corner, Paddock Hill Bend, down into Druids. So currently Craig is here. Currently 3/10 up on his lap. Stick with him for a minute. Hawthorne Bend. It's dropped a little bit. Let's see. We've got Joris Jelenko who's just done jumped way ahead in front with a 22.8 there. Let's jump up to who else is up on there? We've got Anders Admonson, currently 3/10 up on this lap, 4/10 up on this lap now. As he comes around Stirlings, down the Clearways Straight, round Clark Curve, lost a little bit there, just touched the gravel, still improves on his time though. That's much P3 that with a 1:23.6. Good time there. Someone running wide in the gravel there. Interesting line. Let's see who's up on their lap at the minute. We've got Michele Arazi down in P27 at the minute. Currently half a second up on his lap there, so this should jump him way up the field. Up to 22nd, 1:25.2 there. Who else is up? We've got Pagano a second up on this lap here. One of the ACRT guys here. Still a second up. Just come around Surtees there. Down the Brabham Straight. Jump there. Hey, thanks for the follow, Cody Jones. So still on board with Pagano here. We're coming towards the back end of the track here. Dingle Corner there, down through Stirlings. Gained a little bit more through there, 1.2 seconds up at the minute. So this is going to jump him way up the field. Around Clark Curve, onto the start finish straight. Gaining 1.4 seconds up. Good enough P19 at the minute. Let's have a look at newcomer to the league this week. Didn't race last week, Darryl Young. Currently P10, but he's also currently 7/10 up on his lap here. So just coming around the last corner, down Brabham Straight. Good enough for P3 at the minute. As I say that, Darren Konchik jumps straight, Varric Nolo, sorry, jumps straight up into P2. Damien Konchik into P3. And I'll hand the reins back over.
Yeah, apologies for that one. So, how are we looking? Well, nice healthy top 3 there. Damien only being able to gain a 1:23.4. Wow. Jelenko down into the 22s. I'm sure I'm just repeating everything that you probably just said, but hey, looks like we do have Izzy down in P28, currently half a second up on their time.
We also got Loretti just behind him, just about a second up on his time as well. Nick Trapp improving.
Yeah, a lot of improvements coming out on the board here.
Yeah, a lot of improvements. Palmieri a second up on his time now, P35 at the minute. Got Damien, Darryl Young, 4/10 up, currently in P4. That's going to be a good improvement there.
Yep, so as Leonardo Izzy comes up the straight here, going to jump to P20 with that lap. What a jump.
Yeah, Darryl Young there jumped right up to P2 with that lap. He managed to keep it together. So P2 for Daz there.
Yeah, we've got Hitcham here on a flying lap, currently at 0.6 seconds up on his time. Let's see how far he jumps here. Could be a healthy jump if he gets it all the way. Yes, jumping up to P9 there. Looks like a fair bit of traffic on the pit exit as well. We have Joe Tomlin here in the Audi, currently half a second up on his time also. Let's see how he does around here. So heading down Pilgrim's Drop now, should I say, around Hawthorne Bend. Yeah, you're right. Every single straight and every single corner has a name on this track.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Makes a change from a lot of the tracks we've been doing recently where there were like 2.
Yeah,
so
proper
still,
old school track there, Brands Hatch.
Yeah. Yeah, been around a very long time. That's a British for you. So, heading up the start finish straight now, Brabham Straight. Let's see how he does. Currently 4 up, jumps up to P11 there.
It's a good improvement there.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the board, leaderboard on the left-hand side, there is really not much in it for a lot of these drivers. You've got 0.2, 0.1, 0.2.
Subiran currently 4/10 up on his lap.
Where's he currently?
P26 at the minute.
P26, let's have a look how they are doing. Coming up Brabham Straight now. Jumps to P17 there.
P17. Oh, this is improving. You got Varignolo, just over a 10th up on his lap at the minute in P3. Adminson, 2.5 tenths up on his lap, down in P6.
Oh, what a very visible livery he's rocking there. Currently, has got someone in front of him now. Will it hold him up? He has dropped that 2/10 that he did make up. Oh, and just having to come off track there also. That's not going to be good for his timings on the board this evening.
You got Di Catania. I just dropped some time there, so don't worry. None of the leaders really
We've got
improving at the minute.
we've got Fabio Gallery here for Team EOS Esports. Let's see how he does in this McLaren, currently half a second up on his time. We're going to have some lovely qualifying footage to review after this race this season. I've seen a lot of people jump to pits, but I'm not sure if they are coming back out again or not.
Yeah. It's hard. When there's 41 cars on the grid, it's hard to keep track of everyone when there's just the two of us.
Yes, that brings us to our next sector. If anyone is looking to be a live steward and owns ACC, please go along and join our Discord and fill in an application. We are looking for staff members.
Yeah, either that, or if you're into commentary and you wanna have a go, then we're always looking for that help with that as well.
Yep, so coming into the last 30 seconds of qualifying now. So I do have a fair few in the pits.
So Varagnolo's a tenth up on his time. Just dropped a little bit now.
Ooh, just dropping it a little bit there as he's there.
Got Damien a tenth and a bit up as well, down in P4. 2/10 up now. So really improving here.
Ooh, he's losing it there on coming up to Pilgrim's Rock. Oops, someone in deciding to do a mat and taking out the board there.
I know what you mean. There's only one board that I take out, and that's the pit exit board.
Is it still a board? Is it still a board?
So Damien's 3/10 up now. He's gained a lot through that sector there.
So he's heading down now, looking for Brabham Straight. Seeing all the cars there in the pits. Let's see how he does. He does get up to P2 there. Anyone else? Or
fastest sector 3 time of everyone there. Who else? Marandino was up. He's just dropped a little bit. I don't think anyone else is really improving here.
Everyone else is on an invalid lap. Bar D Perner down in P38, but they are not improving.
Craig Townsend, just over a tenth up.
On invalid lap, so that won't
That's invalid, is it? Okay. Is that what the red means?
Yes, that's what the red means.
Okay, that's why the session just ended then.
Yep. Yay! It worked. We're not stuck here for about 5 years.
That is a big grid there.
Very big grid there.
So just to run you through our grid then. So pole position, we've got Uros Jalenko. Second place, we've got Damien Conchip. Third place, Darryl Young. Fourth place, we've got Varagnolo. Then we've got Admonson, Di Catania, O'Sullivan, Callo, Gianardis, Derubi, Mantovani, Crozat, Marandino, D'Antonio, Fierro, Palmieri, Tomlin, Loretti, Johns, Suberand, Craig Townsend in P20. Then we've got Ronconi, Selly, Jizzy, Martinez, Mirecki, Piccioni, Scampini, Nick Trapp, Pagano, D'Orazio in P30, Then we have Bendinelli, Milashev, Galamini, Arazi, Shojai, Karahashinovic, Bongiovanni, Deepernia, Giles Watkins, Gibbard in P40, and then Grood in P41. So that was just a quick run through the grid there. There's a lot of names to go through.
I tell you what, though, you did make it in time before they were just setting off. And it looks like we're setting off here with a 24-degree ambient and 32-degree track. Track is also optimum, so we should see some nice pristine racing coming out here today. Currently, the weather forecast as well is just cloudy. It's sunny with a bit of clouds. So this is going to be interesting.
So as we keep saying, though, 41 cars around this track is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, when we were picking these tracks, we didn't kind of preempt that we was going to get such a big grid. You know?
If things get a bit too hectic, we might have to start looking at having splits. But for now, all together in one. It's going to be interesting, and I think
I do actually really enjoy a full grid, like 100 cars, bang them all together, and just go for it, because you get so much, difference in skill and attitude and just everything, and it's so fun.
The interesting thing as well, with so many cars around here, it probably won't be too many laps before the leaders start to catch up to back markers. And if you've got a group of back markers that are all fighting for position, you've got leaders fighting for position, trying to get through on a tight track like this, it starts to get very interesting.
We've only just come to the end of the straight, and about 6-7 cars at the back haven't even hit it yet. Let's just say when they start getting bunched back up towards the last couple of corners, people are going to have to be belting it to catch up to get into position for this race this evening.
I wouldn't be surprised if when the lights go green, the cars at the back aren't even round the last corner.
Yeah. Obviously, they're currently in single file as they're going round, but yeah, it's going to be a hectic, funny one, I believe. So. Saying that, it does look like the cars are lining up side by side, getting this grid nice and formed. Let's see if we can get a bit of a view towards the back of the pack quickly. So as they all lined up on the straight there, wow. Wow. That's all I'm going to say in that one.
We're in for a good one today, I think.
Yep. Let's hope everyone keeps the tempers in check and we get none of the bumping and grinding around here today.
We are coming down to the start-finish line. Just waiting for those lights.
Yeah, we do have a car out of position, and away they go.
And we're green. Looks like a good start from Damien there on the outside, down into turn one. How's he got? He's not quite got enough run. Jelenko keeps the inside. And that opens the door for Daz on the inside there. Down into Druids. Looks like Darryl Young's made the move there up into P2. Good start there. Jelenko's already built up a decent gap there out front. Damien under pressure from Varagnolo now. Looks like Varagnolo's got up the inside there as well, and that's another position loss for Damien there at the start.
And I don't want to chuck a commentator jinx out there, Matt, but currently no one has been killed.
That is a commentator jinx there.
Well, blame Darren, our guest commentator last night, for Big Game Racing. He threw so many out there and just so many people died. It was just unreal.
Is that why I kept crashing into people? Because of the commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse.
So,
yeah, definitely.
Like, so far, Darryl Young's been able to keep up with Jelenko.
Well, I could see the Porsche being quite strong around here. I know
Porsche,
it's not good in straight line speeds, but it's got a lot of fast cornering, and as we know, the Porsche just likes to just drive on rails, so it's going to really stick into them faster corners. Looks like Damien has dropped into fourth position there as well.
yeah, a little bit wide there coming around the first corner as well. But yeah, we've got some very close driving all the way through the field at the minute.
Yeah, all I've got is yellow numbers through the field. Looks like we have had an accident, but a lot of people are getting through safely. We do have a couple in pits now as well.
Some people opting for the early pit stop, maybe.
Let's see if we can get an action replay down here, if my game doesn't break. So coming up into Druids. Oh, just has a bit of a touch there. Has to brake, and the Aston just catching the back end of him there. And unfortunately swinging it around into the Audi, and the Audi just coming straight back onto track. And
yeah, there's a few incidents there.
Yep, I think our stewards are going to have a fun time after the race this evening.
Yep, I think that's an after the race review. There's too much going on at the front at the minute.
Yep. So back up with the front action. Let's have a look at some of our closest fights currently on track. So we've got Anders Amundsen here, currently chasing down the M4R driver of D Catania.
It is a lovely livery that on the Aston Martin there.
Well, you can't say you're not going to see it, can you?
Exactly. So
yeah, I suppose that's one bonus for us going for orange.
Yeah. Currently, we've got Varric Nolo in P3 with the fastest lap of the race with the 124.3. So far everyone's kind of sticking. This lead group, everyone's kind of sticking together from P1 all the way down to P6. There's less than a second between them all. And then we have about a second between P6 and P7, and then another group that's really tight down to P11. So some tight, close racing here, which you'd kind of expect because it's such a short track as well. It's one of those where it's harder to pull away, hard to overtake around here as well. We'll see if anyone gets in position to make a move anytime soon. But at the minute we've got Amundsen right on the back of Di Catania. Is it not quite close enough this lap around? Maybe I'll make a move down up into Druids though. Follows him nice and tightly. Di Catania goes defensive, blocks him off, so should now mean that Amundsen gets a better exit, but it's only a short run down to Graham Hill Bend here. Well, we know that BMW is fast on the straight, so let's see if the Aston Martin's got some straight line speed in the slipstream as we come up Pilgrim's Drop here. He is right in the slipstream there. Not quite close enough though. I say very, very difficult to overtake around Brands Hatch.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice tight track. You're going to be looking for that exit corner speed coming onto them straights to make sure that you can really just power down and just, in a way, just kind of try and fly past them. Or being able to get on the inside line to hopefully take the corner as well. A lot of changes happening further down the grid also. Yeah, I think I definitely commentators cursed the race for a little bit there. Unfortunately, I do apologise. Looks like we have a possible three-way fight here as well. We've got... What's happening there? What about George? I thought that was Craig for a second with the
No,
Honda. I'm thinking,
George.
what? Yeah. So one of our drivers there currently on the fight with the the Ferrari driven by Hitcham. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words this evening. Um, looking for, as I say, that exit speed just to really be able to get past him. The Audi coming off the track behind them as well. Doing well to keep it on there because that is a fast exit on that corner. So just clipping the inside curb there.
Seems to
Oh,
have
going for the
room's a
dive on
little
the
bit wide,
inside.
and that lets George through there. So put the pressure on, and Dewey made the mistake there.
Yep, so now he is on the hunt for Hitcham. Not Hitcham, Remy. Hitcham, though, really still fighting back to that position. What other closest fights have we got going?
We've got Amundsen still 0.3 behind Di Catania in P5 and P6. Looked like George just had a little bit of a spin
George,
there, then a little bit wide.
He does lose that position to Hitcham again, so, and it has allowed Mantovani to catch up behind them in the Audi. So looks like George is sat in a sandwich here on the offense and defense. I wonder how he will prioritize on this one. Because I think last time I drove this track was in the Audi personally, and it did stick really well, especially through a lot of the corners.
I think last time I drove it was in the Aston Martin. Excuse me. And I did not like the Aston Martin around here, I'll be honest.
Surprised because the Aston can really take a lot of curb on a lot of tracks. So
can, but very understeery, and it's quite a tight track.
Looks like we have got a close fight here with another Honda and a Mercedes. Mercedes, driven by Arim, is getting really up nice and close to Scampini here. Looks like we have got 221 off the track as well further around. Let's have a look what they're doing. Well, I think they've just disconnected.
No worries.
Oh no, they've returned to garage. They must have had a fair bit of damage. So back to the action here. Looks like they have dropped off quite a lot. Let's have a look, see how Dalton Johns is doing. Currently chasing down the Audi driven by Joe Tomlin. Ooh, just does come off the track a little bit there, but managing to keep the gap. Looking for corner to really make his move.
All very, very close racing here. Keeps it nice and neat and tidy around the last corner.
Oops, not that one I looked for, no one. So getting up really nice and close.
Joe Tomlin going defensive on the inside.
Ooh, just loses the BMW a little bit there, coming over the crest of the hill. Heading up to Druids, looking to go around the outside, but really not going to be able to make it there. Joe Tomlin making sure he really gets on that inside line, not leaving the door open for Dalton to come flying through.
Hey, we've got a battle for the lead out front. Darryl Young is right behind Jelenko now.
Oh, we do.
Let's close that gap right up.
So let's see if we can get a nice onboard here on a helmet cam.
That Porsche really working well here in race trim.
Ooh, looks like Jelenko had a little bit of a slip there, but just the power of the Honda over the Porsche on this start finish straight is just so much superior. But it looks like Young could get on the brakes a little bit later there, being able to carry the speed down the hill as they're coming up through Druids. Young just getting a bit too close for comfort there. Having to brake that little bit extra to make sure it just doesn't make contact.
Yeah, I think he was trying to go for the switchback there, but Jelenko was wise to it and covered the inside.
Let's jump back outside the car to continue this action that we currently have for first place.
This is also, this fighting's allowed Varagnola to catch the pair of them back up again as well, so we've got a three-way fight for the lead here, all within half a second of each other.
Yeah, so let's see how this Porsche can handle the pressure. We've currently got a Honda in first position, Porsche in second, and a McLaren hot on their tail. So it's going to really come down to the driver as well as the car on this. Looks like they are catching some back markers now, though.
So 8 laps it's taken to catch up to back markers. That's
13 minutes.
Some people have pitted early, I think, as well, so maybe that's helped things. But you can see with the track map on the side of the screen there that there's just cars all around the track. There's not very many gaps.
Yeah. No, a lot of people are going to be suffering. It looks like
Marker just gets well out of the way there, sensibly.
Sees 3 of them coming and just like, nope.
Yeah, that's some good back markering, that is. So we've got Crozat 0.1 of a second behind Adminson in 6 and 7.
Yep, let's have a quick jump onto there. Chasing down that lovely Aston Martin livery. Let's see how Crozat could possibly make a move around the track this evening. Yeah, we've had plenty of pits coming out as well, so it looks like people might be going for the undercut here.
It's really difficult to judge here, just because of how many cars are on track. Really difficult to judge whether the undercut's going to work or not. Really just a chance that you've got to take. If you're getting held up, take that chance and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go between the 45 to 30 minute mark. Just because obviously a lot of people are going to need to pit, and as you say, it's a very tight track. You're going to struggle to overtake in a lot of places anyway. So the potential of just then getting free spaces, free positions from just doing the undercut is going to work a lot into your favour. But that is as long as you can keep up the pace.
We just had a bit of an incident there between car 52 and car 18. I don't know if you want to jump back and look at a replay.
If I can find car 18, let's see if we can catch it. 30 seconds in. So yeah, I was going around. Oh, just
caught the back end there.
Just caught the back end.
That's the other trouble though. You get the car stuck there on the inside of the corner, and where do you go? Because you've got so many cars circulating.
Yeah.
Try and stay out of everyone's way.
Still managed to find a gap.
Doing a good job of it there.
Nice safe rejoin there. So as you can see, a lot of green on the left hand side, so you can see who has hitted.
We've got three-way battle out front, and we've got a 3-way battle for P5 as well, with Damien in the middle all by himself.
Yeah,
a little bit wide there, the Aston Martin. Is that going to open the door for the McLaren behind?
Well, he's getting up nice and close and personal to the back end of him, so
helps himself to a double helping of slipstream down the straight here. Is that going to give him enough overspeed into probably not turn 1, because it's difficult overtaking in turn 1.
Ooh, the Aston
looks like he gets
a
really good run. Gets a good run. Not quite close enough down into Druid, so looking for the undercut, but again, the Aston Martin there wise to it.
Really nice close racing coming out from a lot of them at the front of the grid here today.
So the Aston Martin looked like he had to have a dab of brakes there in the middle of the corner, but it doesn't seem to have cost him anything down the straight. He's right in the slipstream of Di Catania. The three of these all kind of dragging each other along nicely here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to help with a little bit of fuel consumption as well, so they're not going to have to be worrying about putting too much in if either they're running split fuel or, a lot of people do just splash and dash it, so, I mean...
Looks like Crozat's got the run on here.
Yeah, going around the outside.
Can he hold it?
Looks like it's still side by side.
A little bit of a twitch there on the outside. Just let the Aston Martin get back into it. Yeah, and hold some position. Goes defensive into Druids. Yeah, we've got some really close racing here, which is great to see. Three different drivers, 3 different cars.
Have a look.
All close together.
We've got another three-way battle here for 11th and 12th position. We've got Ivan Marandino in a sandwich here. Looks like he is losing time to the car behind, driven by Johns here. So coming around, just really not being able to capitalise on any of these corners, how tight they are. So as we're coming down, can he get the exit speed that he needs to help him push? Looks like he does have a little bit of a twitch there, but so did Ivan. So can he make up any time coming to start-finish straight here? Jumping back onto the action, it does look like we have Anders looking for the outside line, but then Crozat does poke his nose in on the inside, so can he do anything here with it? Looks like he does have to back out. He's coming into this corner here at 30s, that's it. Heading... This is 30s. I always keep on getting them two mixed up. Well, as we're coming up through Pilgrim Drop now, it looks like the McLaren does have that little bit better speed on the Aston through here.
Not a massive braking point up there, though. It's hard to really make a move.
Yep, and hi there, Six Star. How you doing?
Hey,
oh, looks like we've got the Aston trying to look for the inside on the BMW.
I think these two really getting held up by Di Catania at the minute. They seem to have a lot more pace.
Yeah, but it does look like Amundsen is going for the outside line again to try and go through here. But, has to cut it just over the grass a little bit there by Crozat to make sure it does avoid any situation there. But it will slow him down a fair bit, so a lot of catch-up needing to play now.
Well, and this is letting Diubi get right on the back of this battle as well. He's less than a second behind Crozat now.
Yep, and then George is not far behind them either, with only about 1.5 second gap. So the more this gets held up, the better it is for all these drivers here behind them.
But it's bringing them all back into contention. But at the same time, I guess they're all dropping back from the leaders as well. We've got an 8.2 second gap now between Damian Konchik in 4th and Di Catania in 5th. And then a further 5.5 seconds from Damian up to Varignolo in P3. So starting to spread out a little bit in the middle of the top 10. Well, in front of this group, I should say. But yeah, some real good close racing here.
Yeah, definitely. All drivers really putting in the work to make sure they're not losing each other. Amundsen Amundsen really on the offense and defense, making sure that Crozat isn't given the opportunity to get past him. So really making sure he's covering them inside lines where he can, taking it nice and wide to just not leave that gap that Crozat needs, but also from Catania here, making sure that they're just driving the best of their ability to make sure it's not opening up any doors. You know, you got to keep them doors shut at the end of the day. Got to keep the warmth in.
Keep the warmth in. You don't know what'll come through if you open the door.
Exactly.
Yeah, still less than half a second between P5 and P6, P6 and P7, and P7 and P8. And we've got George Calagianidis also catching this group now as well, so it could soon be a 5-way battle.
Yeah, I mean, George just is dropping off that little bit though, but then he does seem to be catching up. So when they do get bunched up again, I can really see George just catching the smell of that Ferrari and just wanting to really be up behind it again.
Runs wide there, Di Catania.
Oh, have a bit of a bump in a straight. Both getting pushed off tack and just leave the door for Crozat to come flying through, and also I'm looking at the wrong person. And also do be in the Ferrari, just given access. So Anders jumps into the pits now to potentially fix any damage there, what he did receive.
I think that was potentially a little bit naughty there from Di Catania. Didn't look like he left any room on the outside there, and obviously, as we know, when cars are side by side, you've got to leave a bit of space. So I'm going to get my steward's hat on and have a look at that.
Yep, no worries. I'll keep on in the action here. Looking a bit further down the grid, we have Ryan O'Sullivan chasing down Milashev. Really looking for the opportunity to get past this Audi here. Not Audi. Why did I say Audi? BMW. I do apologise. I think I had a bit of a brain fart there. So neither of these guys need to pit either. So they could be battling this out all the way to the end unless O'Sullivan gets that grip and speed that he needs to just come flying past that BMW of Milashev. So it looks like we could have a potential 4-way battle coming up. Jumping on with Johns here, catching back up to that Audi. Looks like we are seeing some pit stops now coming through from a lot of the front runners. So we could be seeing undercuts coming in. Yeah, potential 4-way battle here. So we've got at the front of the pack, we have got Arim in the Mercedes, looking to fend off Fabio in the McLaren. And then Fabio is also going to need to keep an eye on Christian, who is coming up behind him, and as well as Emmanuel. There we go. I got that one right. Emmanuel. So let's see how this 4-way fight is going to pan out with these drivers here at Brands Hatch tonight. So coming round Hawthorne Bend, heading down Derek straight into Westfield Bend, around Dingledell. And Sheens.
5-second penalty for forcing a car off track, I think, is about what we've been doing, right? It's nothing, it was just didn't leave room on the outside.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Looks like Fabio did have to brake a little bit more coming around that corner and just losing the back end there, which caught him just going off the track, which let Emmanuel just come flying through to chase down Christian here. Let's have a look, see what's happening a bit further up the board again. This looks to... Ooh, we've got a three-way fight coming again from Anders. Yeah, looking a lot at this Aston Martin this evening here, Matt. Let's find someone else that we can have a look at. So jumping on with Dalton Johns here, being chased down by Ivan Marandino. Oh, looks like we do have a off track there. Must have just clicked off. If you do look in log, you can see where contact has happened as well.
That's fine, how many? Focusing on what we see, I guess.
Jumping back on with Ivan here. Really chasing down that other BMW. Order. Continue.
I'm back with you on the live commentary.
Yay. I don't currently have a replay queued up, but I suppose Matt could pull it up. M4R in the Twitch chat looking for a replay for the 5-second penalty incident.
Yeah. 1 second then. In fact, let's do that at the end of the race, because at the minute we'll focus on the action.
Okay, so we have got Federico here chasing down Daryl Young. Sorry, I wanted to say Daniel. It's not, it's Daryl. Always better to check.
Yep.
So, chasing this Porsche down in the McLaren. Looks like Jelenko has started to run away with it a little bit, getting a 4.5 second lead over the two cars behind.
It does look like Amundsen pitting early as well. He's managed to drop himself into a bit of clean air as well, so we'll see how that early pit stop pays off for him.
Yeah, and obviously everybody else in front of him does need to pit, so if he can make up any time at all, he could be looking for a good run, for a good result here. We've seen a lot of people go for the undercut though, as well as a lot of people happy just running it out at the moment. Looks like, ooh, okay, I jumped to Milishev at the right time there. Let's see if I can catch that. So I was coming down, ooh, just could not pull it off the grass, which allowed Ryan O'Sullivan just to take that position there. Okay, that was a bit sketchy. Didn't break at all. Do you want to have a good look at that one? 169 Milishev. Check his inputs.
I actually have the replay pulled up for the other incident as well. I'll switch to that quick.
Okay.
So this was the 5-second penalty for Di Catania. So ran wide, and then Amundsen alongside, and just didn't leave the car's width on the outside. So pretty straightforward penalty there, really. So I'll switch back to live.
Yep, and look at 169 for me.
Yep.
A few minutes back now. Just want his inputs checking there because that was a bit straight lining.
What corner?
I mean, he could have just locked up. It was the last corner, Clark curve. Ryan O'Sullivan was just got in front of him over the straight, so I don't know if they had a little bit of a bump and Milashev got thingy at it, but I don't know. So currently on board with Craig Townsend here. Oh, I forgot he was in the McLaren for this series. Chasing down Christian, one of our M4R guys here.
Hey Tony.
Hey. We thought it might have been you, don't you worry. So Christian running onto the grass there, which allows Craig to make that a little bit more time up on him. Can Craig capitalise on this? Here you go, Tony, perfect one for you, BBR versus M4R, and it does look like he does go on the grass there, does leave enough room for Craig to follow him around the outside. Craig does have the inside line coming into Clark Curve. Can he capitalise on it? Does get on the power nice and early, and Christian just end up falling back there. So Craig does make the move and take it from Christian there. How do you feel about that one, Tony? A bit more training in for Christian, is there? So as we're heading round Druids, Christian still fighting back that position from Craig. This is our closest fight on track currently, so we'll stick with this one. I don't know why I was about to say it, but I was about to say who were you rooting for, Tony, Christian or Craig, but of course we know we're going to root for Christian. So Christian looking to keep Craig in his sights here, not wanting to lose the back end of that McLaren.
So the interesting thing here, the BMW should have the straight line speed advantage, but the McLaren should have the advantage through the corners. So interesting little fight between these two.
Yeah, definitely. Did you manage to have a look at that Milashev incident?
Yeah, I think he had some kind of issue. He just went straight on. He didn't hit anyone, so.
Yeah, I would say it just looked a bit scared, so he just went straight. That were also.
Yeah, it looked like he went straight and had a bit of lag in the process as well. So I don't know if there was some kind of issue.
So there might have been an input error there then, unfortunately. So still on with this fight. It does look like Craig did take that corner a bit slow, so as they're coming through, Druids, Christian getting right up behind him yet again, but Craig still managed to keep the lead here, doing really well to keep that BMW at bay. As long as he is getting that exit speed, he is not letting Christian gain any time on him. Does run a bit wide there. In fact, no, I think that was actually the correct line there. I think Christian took that bit tight there. So I'm stumbling on my words tonight. I don't know what is up with me. Stumbling. So it looks like
Marecki in the pits ahead of these two. So how's that going to play out? Are they going to jump Marecki at the pits here from the early pit stop, or is Marecki going to get out ahead of them?
If he's doing a splash and dash, I think he should be able to come out just in front of him. If he is changing tyres or fully refueling, then there could be with an opportunity to, I suppose, get right past him.
He's still in the pits.
Yeah, so them two are just going to go flying straight past.
Looks like they've jumped in the pits there. That must be a back marker ahead of them, yeah. Pulls out the way.
Yeah, that is a back marker, takes that wide line over the marbles there through Druids to keep nice and clear from this fight. Christian, unfortunately, dropping back that little bit, but should be able to make up the time on this short little straight here of Cooper Straight.
Looks like there's a little bit of damage on the side of Craig's car there. I notice he still hasn't got the livery uploaded.
No, I mean, to be fair, I'm surprised I actually got the livery because I did drive in the McLaren for a little bit. So, let's keep an eye on this one.
So we've got Amundsen 0.6 of a second behind Palmieri now. So.
Yeah, we've also got a three-way fight here between Arim, Fabio, and Michele. Michele.
So.
Is that how it's pronounced? Is it?
I think so.
That's me like a Michelle.
Michelle's double L, I think. Double L-E, Michelle.
Yeah, jumping on with Amundsen here, currently 0.2 away from Palmieri.
So Amundsen obviously pitted early, so trying to make his way through some of the traffic here. Is he close enough?
I mean, he doesn't need to push too hard, as obviously Palmieri does still need to pit, but if Palmieri does go for that late pit stop, then...
yeah, but also he doesn't want to lose time with the cars that he's fighting against further up the grid either.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, if he goes for a late pit stop, then it's not going to be good. Looks like we do have a really bad wrecked car there.
A little bit of a spinner.
Yeah, number 34.
That's Ronconi, that is.
115 on yellow flag, 883 on yellow flag also. Amundsen here tried to really keep it behind Palmieri. He's still with us, Tony.
Palmieri's doing a good job here, holding Amundsen up at bay. Obviously Amundsen was running P5, P6 when he pitted, so looks like he does have the run on the inside here.
Ooh,
a little bit of contact there.
I think both drivers just didn't quite realise how close they were to each other there. So I mean, you might want to check it, but from this angle, it looks like just a racing incident, unfortunately. Looks like Palmieri has headed into the pits as well. So jumping on with Ryan O'Sullivan here. Unfortunately dropping back just as I clipped on him. So Fabio from EOS Esport here chasing down Arim in the Mercedes AMG. Starting to see a lot of green now on the board for them pit stops, so that's looking well. A lot of space is now starting to appear from the cars on track, but this is like subject to happen because, as we keep saying, it's a tight track and you're gonna really start to struggle when you start coming into that traffic to really be able to get a good decent run, and obviously a lot of the overlap is going to happen. But still on board with Fabio here. Looks like we do have Massimo chasing down another one of the M4R guys. Christian. Looks like Christian is dropping back a fair bit here. I was looking on incidents.
Recent incident, I think. They were alongside each other, and
Yeah, I
just
thought
that little
it
bit of
might have
contact
been.
there.
Thought it might have been. You know, they were side by sides, and going around that corner, it's a bit inevitable that you might get a bit of a rub.
Yeah.
And
Titans.
yeah. So currently on board with Craig here, chasing down that 14th position off of Dorazio here. Looks like he does have a lot of front end damage there, unfortunately, from Dorazio, so going to suffer a lot. Really chasing him down through Sheens here, heading to Sterling. Craig being able to really catch up, get nice and close to this car. Hey, I've just realised car 25 is being chased by car 26.
Nice. It looks like Varagnolo's dropped behind Damien Konchek at some point. P3 and P4 swapping places.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure where that happened. We've missed that on the live action.
Yeah, none of them have pitted yet either, so could Damien be in with a podium position after his pit stop? Looks like we've had a little bit of a spin here from Aaron. Let's see if we can catch it.
I think it's Armin.
Armin. Oh, is it? I might be catching that wrong. But yeah, it does look like he spins it and comes off the track into the wall, unfortunately.
See how much damage he's got. That could be quite the handful
Oh yeah,
to drive now.
it is Armin. Yeah. I do apologise, Armin, for that one.
It's got Meraki here, right on the back of Depernia. We do know that BMW has good straight line speed there, but can the Ferrari do anything against it in the slipstream?
Yeah, I bet he's hoping so in the Ferrari.
Yep, I'm sure he will be hoping. So we've got quite a spread up front now then. So we've got Joris Jelenko still way out front. Well, way out front, 9.5 seconds ahead of Das Young. Then we've got another 7.4 seconds back to Damien Konchik in P3. Varagnolo, after that incident that we missed, 0.8 of a second behind Damien. And then we have 20.4 seconds down to Di Catania in P5. So have started to spread out a little bit. We've got a yellow flag for Tomlin, but that clears pretty quickly. So, Mareki runs wide.
Yeah, it just looks like it just misses his braking point there and just heads straight out onto the gravel.
Or was he letting the leaders through? He might have been letting the leaders through there. Not the ideal way to let leaders through, but
no, headed straight over the gravel, losing all the speed that he did have. So let's jump on with Craig, our other closest fight here. Oh no, we've got an even closer fight. So we've got two of the M4R guys chasing down Darren Shojai. He commentated last night for us, did a fantastic job. The VOD is currently up on our Twitch if you'd like to view it, and the video will be on our YouTube relatively shortly. Just need to get around to editing the video. It's up to yet.
It's lacking.
All right, Mr. Graphics, where's my list?
That was a small hook, small bait, and a big catch.
Oh, does look like Darren is blocking him coming down the straight. But
Just going nice and defensively there.
oh
Or
yeah,
just a little bit of a
Marco
twitch
getting
there.
the inside.
Lets him get to the inside. Can Darren hang it in on the outside? Looks like he's got quite a bit of damage to the front of that Audi as well, so he's probably struggling handling that.
Yeah,
So
I think a lot of people have unfortunately spun out a lot this evening.
It's a tough track. It's very tight in places. Like there's places where if you just put a wheel slightly on the grass, you lose it. So very tough track.
I have driven the track quite a few times really, but it's usually like sector 3 that I really struggle with getting it right in the end.
I hear you.
Oh, jumping on with Christian here, currently chasing down his teammate of Salvatore. Looks like we've got a line of M4R guys following.
Looking for a formation finish there in the M4R.
What, like a good old Ford finish?
Like what they do in Le Mans, where they get the...
Yeah, exactly. So 12 minutes remaining on this race at Brands Hatch this evening, and it does also seem apparent that the top 7 drivers and the current 12th position have not yet pitted. So let's hope they're just going for the splash and dashes and don't mess up the pit stop, because a lot of the guys behind could catch up quite easily, and they're leaving it quite late as well, especially on this small track.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see as well the likes of Edmondson, who's the lead car of those who have pitted, where he filters back in once the cars ahead start to pit. Obviously, he went for that early pit stop after the little bit of contact earlier, and yeah, he's. I think he could be right around P5, P6 when everything filters through. I think the top 4 are probably a little bit too far ahead, but you know, a little bit of a botched entry, or you miss your pit box slightly and have to get pushed back. And,
yeah, but you say that,
really
but we've said this before. We've said this before, and then, you know, they've gone from like P10 to P1, so, you know.
Yeah, just looking at the time gaps, it's what, 47 seconds between Amundsen and P4, so I think that's probably a little bit too much to make up in the pits. I think it's about, with the splash and dash, as Craig moves alongside here, but he's on the outside, so it's going to be difficult there. Yeah, with the splash and dash, I think the pit stop around here is about 35, 36 seconds. So
doesn't look for the inside there though. Does look like a front marker is catching him up. Craig really not wanting to lose too much time while letting him through there. It does drop him back to nearly a second.
Yeah, if you play it the right way, you can really use the lapping cars to help you out. But Durazio plays that pretty well there. Although Craig does have the run on him down the start-finish straight.
Yeah, looks for the outside.
No way around there this lap.
Me personally, I'd go for the more inside line on that one.
Yeah, I think Durazio did start to move towards the inside at the start of the straight though, and that's probably why Craig moved to the outside.
Yeah.
It's tough to overtake into turn 1, either on the inside or the outside, to be honest. You need to be well alongside, if not already slightly ahead, to really make the move. Looks like we do have DUB right up behind Amundsen now, as well, up in P8 and P9.
Yep. Well, the Ferrari chasing down the Aston. Oh, we do have Jelenko in the pits.
So our leader pits. We had a brief yellow flag there for Daz Young out front as well, but that cleared quickly, so it was probably just a slight off track somewhere.
It's very easy to get an off track on here. You really wanted to put the power around the corners, so you're going to sometimes struggle a lot. But Jelenko, as long as he keeps and gets a nice gap between him and P3, because there isn't much in it there, he'll be straight back in first position as well. So
he's just got to hope that he hasn't come out behind any back markers.
Yep, it does look like Craig and Carlo are still fighting for that position.
We've got Marandino in the pits now as well, so these lead cars starting to hit now.
Yep, I mean, we are down to the last 8 minutes, so you don't want to be leaving it too late, so I'm going to drop too far and not be able to make it back, but...
Down to the last 8 minutes, this race has flown by.
Yeah.
It's been action all the way through.
Just either my chair's going down on me, or I do apologise for blocking the camera there, but I was just readjusting. Yeah, that's a bit better. I think my chair's going down on me. I just noticed my head's at the bottom of the border.
No problem. So both these two are now caught up behind Joe Tomlin as well. So we've got a three-way fight on our hands again. P6 all the way down to P8. Joe Tomlin.
Damien is in the pits. Damien is in the pits as well.
Yep. So he's also exited just behind Di Catania by the looks of it. I say just behind, 3.4 seconds behind, so shouldn't hold him up too much. Joe Tomlin really leaving it late to pit here.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to be looking to get in them pits like now, really. You're coming into the last, well, we're in the last 6 minutes, so...
Yeah, there's probably another 3 or 4 laps there, so any time then.
Looks like...
So Joe Tomlin runs wide there and it lets both Amundsen and Dewey through.
And Hitcham almost capitalised as well. Hitcham also almost capitalising on that as well, so just unfortunately not getting the angle that he needs. And we know Amundsen has been a very strong driver around here this evening, so either he's going to run away with it or Hitcham's going to get nice and close. Looks like we have got P2 and P3 now in the pits.
Yep, Daz Young and Veronolo both in the pits. Looks like they've both left the pits. Daz has left. Where's Veronolo going to filter through? Yeah, filters through into P5. So net P4. Obviously, we've still got Di Catania to pit here. Looks like Joe Tomlin's taking his pit stop this lap. So I think is Di Catania the last person to pit?
I do believe so, yes. Let me
at least in the top
look
23 anyway.
Yeah,
last person to pit. So leaving it real late here.
Oh, we have a 3-way fight coming on here. We've got Palmieri chasing down Craig Townsend and Craig chasing down Carlo D'Orazio.
I feel like all race we've just been jumping to people and it's been a 3-way fight wherever we've worked.
Yeah.
It's been some real good close racing.
You can catch up really well with fighting cars here, so
yeah,
it's just inevitable that you're going to start seeing them quite often, especially when the fight is being very long-winded and struggling to get around each other really. And I thought Palmieri was going to go for a shoot on the inside there.
He still
does look to be looking for it.
It's probably a little bit too far back this time though.
coming through Druids now. Palmieri still looking for that inside line on Craig, but Craig also looking to capitalise on any mistake that Carlo does make. Oh, they get a bit close there, and Craig does knock him, but Sportsman does slow down for him as well.
Does look like he's got a bit of a run on the inside here, though.
Oh, a little bit more of a bump and a scrape there. And unfortunately, Carlo dropping back 2 positions. Palmieri clipping the rear of Craig also. Are we playing bumper cars, boys?
It looks that way, doesn't it?
I think Stuart's might have something to say about
Yeah, it's
bumpers.
a bit too close to the end of the race now, so that's going to have to be a post-race protest, I think. Oh, Palmieri runs wide.
Yeah, just letting Craig filter through. Oh, Carlo also looking for that position and colliding with Palmieri there.
Hands it back to him there, all fairness. I think Palmieri looks to be struggling a little bit now. Whether them tyres are gone or whether it's the damage from those couple of collisions. He looked like he got a little bit sideways there. So we've got Di Catania in the pits, so where's he going to filter back out? Varagnolo goes by. Looks like Amundsen might also go by. Yep, Amundsen and Duby go by. I think he should be safe from Crozat. Just watching those times.
Yeah, he's coming around the
he's come out now.
west corner now, so
comes back out into the race in P7. So yeah, Di Catania there. Last of our cars to pit, and we've got 2 minutes 10 left to go. So out front, we've got, after the pit stops, we've got Jelenko with a 15.4 second gap down to this battle, which now has been forming. So less than a second between Daz Young and Damian Konchik. Who's got the nerves heading into this final?
Ooh,
there might be 2 more laps.
Does look like Dad get held up a bit there by a back marker. Just allowing Damien to close that gap just a little bit more. Not by much, but just a little bit, and every little helps. Not sponsored.
It'd be great if we were sponsored by Tesco's.
It'd be great. It'd be fantastic. Think of the discounts. Oh, still on board with Damien here, currently chasing down P2, currently only got 1, maybe 2 laps. No, I don't know.
It all depends on where Jelenko was, or when he crossed the line. I think we could have 1 more after this one. Whereabouts is Jelenko on track right now?
He is around the back end of the track, around Dingledell.
Yeah, I think we're going to have another lap. Still got 37, unless he slows right down, he's got enough gap. But I think we could have 1 more lap here.
Yeah, it's going to be a choice of his, isn't it? So
yeah, we'll have another lap here. So how's that battle looking behind?
Leaders on final lap now.
there we go, and Damien has dropped back to 1.3 second gap, but Joe is chasing down Ivan Marandino here. We've got a few position swaps a little bit further back on the grid also.
We've also got Fiero right behind Durasio, 0.1 of a second.
Yep, BMW versus BMW, but obviously we know Carlo does have that little bit of damage, so it's going to suffer a little bit. Mono v mono in the same car.
A little bit held up by a back marker there, the pair of them. Looks like he gets out of the way there. So Fiero coming around Surtees. Right in the slipstream here of Durasio. That straight line speed must be down on Durasio's car because there's a real advantage here. ducks back in for a second help in a slipstream. We've got Jelenko. We've missed Jelenko crossing the line.
Oh, we missed Zelenko crossing the line.
So, race winner for 2 weeks in a row now, Jelenko.
Yep. Do you
P2,
know his Discord name by chance?
No. P2, we've got Daz Young, closely followed by Damien Konchak in P3. Then got Varagnolo P4 crossing the line there.
Yep. We've got Hitchin P5 coming across the line. Looks like Joe Tomlin is still fighting position on one of the M4 our guys looks driving. Only got a few more corners to capitalise on it though. Can he make a move that he needs to?
Probably a little bit too far back here. Unless he wants to take a lunge. No, not. It's probably the wise thing not to.
Yeah, especially last lap of the race, you know. And there we have it. Looks like
Across the
our
line.
grid is coming to a close here at Brands Hatch.
George in P12.
You want to...
So, I'll run through the order. We've just about got everyone across the line now, I think. So, our race winner, Joris Jelenko. P2, Daz Young. We've got people leaving the server. We're going to have to wait until there we go.
There we go.
P2, Daz Young. P3, Damien Konchak. P4, let me just quickly grab this. Yeah, P4 we got Varagnolo. P5 we got Diubi. P6 Amundsen. P7 Crozat. P8 Di Cantania. P9 we've got Ivan Marandino. P10 we got Joe Tomlin. P11 we got George Kalogianidis. P12 we got Stubirand. P13 we've got Palmieri. P14 Townsend. P15 Dorazio. 16 Piero. 17 Piccioni. 18 D'Antonio. 19 we got Gizzi. 20 Mantovani. 21st Di Perna. 22nd we got Shojai. 23rd Galamini. 24th Loretti. 25th Martinez. 26th Johns. 27th Scampini. 28th Marecki. 29th Karasanovic. P30 we got Arazi. P31 we've got Grood. 32nd we've got Gibbard. 33rd Watkins. 34th Milishev. 35th O'Sullivan. 36th Pagani, and these are all non-finishers now.
Yep, so we do also have the winner of Brands Hatch this evening queued up ready for us. Are you ready?
Will be 1 second. Ready when you
Change that screen.
are. That's the wrong one. This one. There we go.
Full view of map. So, welcome, Jelenko. How was your race this evening?
Hello guys, hello. It was pretty tough, but I'm happy with the result, of course.
Yeah, congratulations on the victory there. Looked, there are
Thanks.
a lot of incidents there. You managed to keep it quite clean though, and obviously managed to stay out front. And yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, there was a few instances where some of back markers were like backwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was scary. But yeah, I managed to avoid them all, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your win this evening at sunny England for a change. Half expecting rain, but the gaming gods gave us a dry track this evening. So that must have been definitely exciting for yourself to have a Honda on dry conditions.
Yeah, it was great. I didn't have any practice until today because of the work and other races. So I was hoping for the dry race. And yeah, I'm very happy that it stayed dry. And
Be
yeah, I
careful
don't
what you
know.
say. You might have a lot of people asking you to pray to the gaming gods before every race now.
So also, obviously, victory last week, victory this week. A nice commanding lead in the championship at the minute.
Yeah, it is. But as you know, every race is something special. And in every race, something can happen. So if you DNF, there are fast guys that can take advantage and get close to in points, and yeah, needs to stay focused for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, well, how you feeling for the race next week, which is going to be a 2 hour solo event? So a nice long race for you.
Is
How
it Hilame?
Kyle
Kailami,
Army, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I really like the track, and I think the Honda is quite fast there. So yeah, it will be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you very much for joining us.
Yep, thanks a lot. And
Congratulations on your win again.
yep, congratulations from me too. And
Thanks for inviting me to commentary, and yeah, thanks. See you guys next week.
no problem.
Have fun.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See
Bye.
you next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Some nice choice words from our winning driver at Brands Hatch this evening. Very exciting racing, very close racing, all the way up until I'd say the last 10 to 15 minutes there. And yeah,
Very good race. That very exciting. I think that's the good thing with having so many cars on track. There's always battles. Like I said in commentary there, all the way through the race, we were jumping on board with someone, and it was a three-way battle. So obviously a lot of really close racing.
yeah, definitely. Very exciting. And you can't ask for a better race either. You know, the gaming gods blessed us in England of all choices. Uh,
Yeah.
so,
So yeah, and then as Yora said there, we're on to Kailami next week. So 2 hour race
double
next
points.
week, double points. So all to play for, all to play for. So have you got anything more to add? Any more thoughts on tonight's race?
No, tonight's race went really well. I keep saying it's a very tight track. I don't know how many times we've repeated that this evening. I bet you could probably go through and make a video out of how many times we've said it. And it's very difficult to find the right places to have an overtake. And it can make or break your race. As we've seen, a fair few incidents did come out, and they will be reviewed and sorted. So, yeah, it's just a matter of on to the next one. How did you feel about tonight?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed tonight. Like I say, it went by very quickly. Obviously that's down to how close and how good the racing was. So, as they say, time flies when you're having fun.
Definitely. It didn't. It was like 2 minutes ago, and we were only just starting to get on comms, and it's already finished. You know, where does the
Exactly.
time go?
So yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for us tonight. So thanks for watching, everyone. As always, our upcoming events, we've got our Endurance League starting next year. So that will start in March. So that's starting to fill up a little bit already. We've got quite a few teams already entered in there. So that's 9 races over 9 months. We also have a 24-hour race at Indianapolis in February, 25th of February. That is a charity race in aid of Muscular Dystrophy UK. So yeah, if you wanna join in with that, feel free to do that. Also, you can follow us on socials. All the links for those are down below. You can come join our community, come join our race team, Big Brain Racing. Also, we have affiliate links. So if you are interested in buying any sim racing gear, you can head over to Digital Motorsport or Moza Racing. Or if you like energy drinks, you can head over to Dubby Energy. I believe all three of those currently have Black Friday deals still going on. Like I say, affiliate links are down below. Doesn't cost you any extra, but it does give us a little bit of help towards the team. Helps us pay for servers and things like this. So yeah, other than that, thanks for watching,
Yep, thank you from me.
and we will catch you on the next one.
See you later.